Again, gently grip, release, and then massage in. Again, you can be at your desk. You can be on the floor, wherever you're doing in your little routine. Yeah, if you're having a few moments away from the desk and stretching out, which we'll be doing in a moment. And again, that little wobble into the wrist. Then again, your lower arm. So kind of always think of when you're doing myofascial in sections, yeah? So the fleshy bit of the forearm, either again, a lot over your desk or on the floor. And again, we don't spend too long, especially if you're new to myofascial release, because the body can kind of, need just to be gently weaned into this, especially if you're using hard trigger balls. It might be too much. A softer tennis ball or spiky ball is better. Then you're going to work your way up the inner arm into the bicep, right up to this attachment here. Good, and then all the way back down. And just do that a couple of times, up and back down. Then you can again go from the shoulder down, from the elbow, or back up. You could even come back into the neck area and get back into sort of that little bit that we did at the beginning, that little massage up and down. That might feel nice as adding that on. And again, just shake out. So a little tip, once you've done a little bit of myofascial, let the body reset. So then just sit or lie down for a moment so the body can flush out. So just take a moment, lie down for a moment, and you'll probably feel all that sort of achiness, dullness sort of from the upper body, the neck and shoulders that we've just released. It's quite nice. We can maybe do 10 breaths here or 5 breaths. Just again, bringing a bit of mindfulness in. You can count the breaths, so a 3 or 4 count breath in, or you can just follow the rise and fall of the navel. Good. If you're on the floor or not on the floor, then join me on the floor. Let's hug the knees into chest. Let's give that lower back a little release now. A little massage side to side. So a little bit of combating that slouching of shoulders. We're going to do a nice couple of opening stretches. So the first one, we're going to take the arms behind us. So we're on the floor now, and we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to just take what we call reversed table. So it's to stretch out and open up through the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Connect through the core abdominals and slowly lift your bottom up and stretch. You'll feel the stretch through the biceps and the chest that we've just worked. Again, 5 to 10 breaths, and you can lower down. And then again, lift up. Good, and again, lift down. And again, breathe in. Again, that exhale, lift up. 5 to 10 breaths. You don't have to really lift the bottom in line. We're not really trying to get the glute connection. It's more the stretch of the shoulders. Now, just stretch the arms back a little bit. Now, we're going to just lift the chest a little bit. Squeeze the abdominals in, but open the chest a bit. And this will just get you that lovely stretch through the shoulder and down the arms. Good. Draw the chin back to chest. Have a little hug there for a moment. Just drop the chest, chin in. And just stretch that area between the shoulder blades. Breathing into this area just to give a really nice stretch there. And then we'll come up and we'll just stretch out into a cactus arm. Push those elbows back. Drop the shoulders away from ears. You can sit cross-legged if that's easier for you. And then gently drop the chin to chest, interlink the fingers. Now get right into that space in between the shoulder blades. It might be like a little rock side to side. You've got your core connection, so you're pulling up through pelvic floor perineum to support you here. You're rounding in. And then we can open, cactus arm, breathe in, and then exhale, slide elbows together. It's like a sitting cat-cow. Again, you could be at the edge of your desk, your seat if you like, or the couch. Open and exhale. So it's like a seated cat-cow. Open and release. And again, it may feel really knotty and cracky, just using that breath. Good, curling in, gently opening, curling in. One more here. Good. Okay, now we're going to come into a little bit more shoulder. We haven't done this one before. So lying on the floor if you can, grab a pillow that might be good for under the head. We're going to roll onto the side. Okay. And what we're going to do here is take that right arm over the left hand, but then slide it forward. So this top shoulder slides forward. Take a nice deep breath in. So this is where you might need your head supporting. And then we're going to exhale, circle that arm over. Now there'll be a sticking point where it gets stuck. You'll hold and pause there. You'll breathe in, expand through the ribs, and then exhale, try and take it a bit further. Don't work through pain though. If you're feeling a pinching, excruciating pain, there may be some issue, or you just might be really immobilized here. And then gently work the arm back round. Take a nice deep breath in. So I did this yesterday and I was like, wow, I didn't realize how inflexible that shoulder. Breathe in at that sticking point, hold, expand the ribs, exhale. And it should really open up, just bringing a bit of mobility into thoracic as well, so that kind of middle spine area. Let's do one more of those. So you would do maybe three each side. Hold. And again, hopefully by the third one, you've gone maybe a few inches more. Good. Lovely. Then you'll swap sides. So this is just bringing a bit of mobility work in. Knees together, arms on top. Then the top arm goes forward one span. So they're not on top of each other directly. One's forward. Take a breath in. Good. And then gently circle it round. You'll follow it. You'll hold at that sticking point. Maybe one side isn't as sticky as the other. Maybe there is a bit more flexibility, mobility on the other side. It's quite normal to have one. And gently come back to center. Good. How are we getting on with this? Gently. So again, don't worry, you can stay on and ask any questions. Once we've finished, if there was something that you weren't 100% on, I'm going to try and repeat a few exercises each week, so you just get a bit more familiar. It just becomes part of your new little regime, coming down onto the floor, just giving your body a bit of a rest, a release. Good, last one here. Remember that sticking point, breathe into it, expand ribs, exhale. And then gently coming back to center. Good. Gently then make your way back onto all fours. Take a moment there. We're going to just sit back into a child's pose. Now, some of you may have knees nice and wide or narrow. It just depends if you internally rotate or externally rotate quite easily. Take your head down. Now, this is where another one that's quite nice to use your tennis ball. You can massage the tennis ball in your child's pose, yeah, on that forehead. Good. And then when you're ready, come back to all fours. We're going to do a thread the needle option with a tennis ball. Don't worry if you haven't got a tennis ball, just do the stretch. So we're going to take that left arm and then swoop it down and underneath. So palms up. So you're skidding those knuckles along the mat, and then you're going to turn that left shoulder down. Now, you can just stretch here. This is a little bit more advanced, probably a softer ball. You could place it underneath. So if there's a really tight spot, you might also need a cushion as well, just to support your head a bit. So you can just hold 5 to 10 breaths, and then you can move slightly in. And then once you've got that position, move the ball out. The tendency is that you can get really used to holding the ball in one position for too long, and your body's not used to it. So it's a very gentle process. I've been doing these tennis ball releases for the last 5 years now, and even still now, if I overdo it, I'm really sore the next day. So we just want to add a little bit in, just see how the body reacts, and we'll know tomorrow if we've overdone it. So then take your ball out. You can stretch the arm, that right arm in front, or you can lift it up and wrap it round. So you get a bit of an upper shoulder opening as well. So we're compressing down on that bottom shoulder using our body weight. Good, gently release. Slowly roll that arm back. It might feel nice now just to do a couple of cat-cows in the center. So we'll drop the belly, take that cow arch. Your toes can be tucked. And then we'll roll up, exhale, scoop in. If you're really tight in the spine, cat-cow's good. But what you don't want to be doing is swinging your head. It all comes from the tailbone. The tailbone slides under. You suck the abdominals in. You lock the chin in. Yeah, keep the head where it is, and you release the tailbone. The lower back, one vertebrae at a time, the middle back, the upper back. Slide shoulders back, and you kind of slightly look up. Don't jerk the neck up too far, just in case there's any issues in the back of the neck. Now, other side. Now, right arm up. Take a breath in. Exhale, thread through. Have your ball nearby if you want to test or use the spiky ball. Maybe there's a part in this shoulder that you can just use the ball just for 5 to 10 breaths. Yeah, or find a spot that's quite tender. Extend the arm, or just keep it relaxed while you're using the ball. So once you've done a little bit of ball, then take ball out, then just come to the small static stretch. Arm can go up or go wrap round. Good, then gently lower down. So it's about 30 seconds. If you're really finding the stretch quite hard or sticky, and then stay in there longer. You could be there for like 3 minutes, yeah? Gently then slowly peel that arm back. Take again a nice cat-cow. Okay, then on from all fours, stretch back that front leg and use your core abdominals. Just stretch out the back body a little bit there. Push back through that heel, draw the abdominals in, push your sternum up to the ceiling, and then gently swap legs. Stretch the back leg, your left leg back. Keep your hips parallel, push the heel back, push your sternum up. Good. And then gently coming back to center. Sit cross-legged or back on your seat if you like. We're then going to come to our neck stretches. So again, repeating those little neck stretches that we did last week. My ball keeps running off. Slowly release. Take a nice deep breath in. Good. Draw your ear towards right shoulder. 5 to 10 seconds. Back to center. Ear to left shoulder. 5 to 10 seconds. Good. Back to center. And again, this is just bringing that mobility into the neck, shoulders, back to center, to shoulder. And if it feels really crystally, maybe there is a little, you need a bit more maintenance in these exercises and stretches. Chin to chest, the body's talking to you. Good. Back to center. Lift, tongue on the roof of the mouth, look up. Good, back to center. Drop chin down. Good, back to center. Look up. Back to center. Now a little rotation. Take a nice deep breath in. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Don't turn the whole body, it's just the chin. And then back to center. Slowly turn. And then back to center. One more each side. Good, back to center. Slowly turn. And then back to center. So that little exercise or stretch that we did, myofascial release through the ball, let's practice that one again, that levator scapular stretch. So, left elbow up to the sky. Right up close. Left elbow up to the sky. Right hand behind. Yep. So what we're going to do is pull our nose to the right knee. Yeah. And you've got this action happening. So the stretch is here, yeah? So I'm going to pull my nose down to my right knee while a little bit of traction pulling here, yeah? Slowly again. Try and do about 30 seconds. It's a really, really tight muscle, this one. Lift chin, come back to center. Good, okay, then from here, swap. Now, right elbow up to the sky. Yeah. Left hand behind, breathe in. And then pull, nose to left knee. And then that little pull here. So it's that muscle that's coming from the neck down to the shoulder blade. It's the muscle that makes us do this, yeah? Gives us lots of tension, headaches if it's tight. Good, back to center. Take a big shrug up, breathe in, exhale, let go. And again, hug up, let go. Good, and then just a shoulder roll up, a shoulder roll back, and then after all that, just a little reset. It's really important when we've done any body work, whether it's stretching or massaging, just to let the body reset. So you can lie on your belly, your back, or just sit in that neutral position. And just give the body the opportunity to come back home to itself. So if there's misalignment anywhere, if there's any sort of misplacement, hopefully it will tell the body to reset itself. But we have to find that moment of pause to let the body do this. We can't be on high alert. We have to be in that parasympathetic. That's it. Rest and restore. A few more breaths here. Noticing the rise and fall of the navel. When you're ready, you could stay there a bit longer if you feel like, yes, your body just needs a little bit longer, that's fine. Hug knees in, take that little massage side to side. Yeah, round one way, round the other, really giving into that lower back. We'll do a nice little back sequence next week. Slowly, especially, again, put any requests in if there's anywhere that, anything that you'd like me to include. Roll yourself up. Take a moment there then just to slowly, if you're on the floor, tuck the toes under and slowly walk the feet hip distance, walk your hands back. Little rock side to side. Draw the navel in, or if there's any back issues, slowly draw your chin in, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Come up nice and tall and kind of just let the body reset again in that neutral position, feet, toes forward. And then we'll take a nice inhale, arms out to the side, and then exhale down. Adding in a little bit of balance, lift the heels off the floor. Inhale, spread out the toes. You'll need to sort of get that central axle core connection, and then gently down. And then all the way up, and then all the way back down. A couple of skiers now option all the way up. We can ski the arms back, keep the head up above the heart if there's any blood pressure issues. If not, ski, exhale, inhale all the way up, exhale, release, all the way up, and release. Getting on with the rest of our day with a big smile on our faces. Well done, everyone. I'm Jackie. Please do stay on if there's any questions at all. Some of you may have never done myofascial release before, so that you might be having quite a lot of questions, and that's okay. I'm here to have a chat with.